India, on the other hand, is the world's biggest sugar consumer and major importer. My third source of biodiesel are soybeans. Soybeans, excitingly enough, are ranked in the first place position in the U.S. as a commodity and production value. In fact, in the U.S., the two commodities, corn and soybean oil, account for over 90% of biofuels production. All this meaning the U.S. is the world's largest producer and exporter of soybeans. This graph here shows how the drastic comparison of soybean oil production in comparison to other sources in the U.S. So as you can see, this color green identifies as soybeans. This is broken up monthly, and it's the feedstocks used for U.S. biodiesel production in comparison to these other commodities. As far as consumers go, the European Union is the world's largest importer of soybeans. But I'd like to show you a short video clip of Mark Mordowski in the Rainbow Valley Farms in Vermont, and he's going to talk about growing soybeans for biodiesel. So here you go.
Idea came about out of necessity, looking at fuel prices at $5 a gallon, and what else can we do with this crop? And the answer sort of fell in our laps. The Sustainable Jobs Fund was really the knowledge base and support that we needed to take the first step into that biodiesel arena. As soon as the ground is dry in the springtime, we'll hitch up our land finisher behind our big tractor.
Soybeans are a legume, and therefore they produce their own nitrogen in association with the bacteria in the soil. And therefore, soybeans do not require the application of additional nitrogen to have a high yield. Soybeans are relatively easy to grow. They have fairly low nutrient requirements. They fit well into the climate in Vermont. There's flexibility in the planting date.
All right, and for the sake of time, let's move on to my last source of biodiesel, which is something that we call Jatropha. You may not be familiar with this, at least that was the case for me. So I'm going to allow my research to inform you on what this is. Jatropha circus essentially comes from a small fruit-bearing tree that thrives in warm weather and can grow in barren soil. Here is a picture of them. They almost look like small coconuts that aren't ripe yet. And like coconuts, they can be found in Mexico and Central America. The oil found in its seeds can be converted into high-quality diesel fuel. But here's the cool part. Since Jatropha is inedible, it does not compete with food crops, and its ability to withstand periods of drought, naturally repel pests, and grow in subprime soil makes it a great candidate for combating soil erosion and providing energy independence. So here's another video to give you more information.
One of the specific varieties is Jatropha curcus, and it's drawing a lot of attention from around the globe as the new hope for bioenergy. Jatropha curcus is considered to be carbon neutral and has many applications around the world. When properly cultivated, Jatropha curcus produces a fruit, and inside that fruit is a seed. That seed contains anywhere from 40 to 45% oil by mass, one of the best biodiesel oils on the market today.
All right. So that almost concludes my presentation. You're probably wondering after this why we don't just convert all fuel sources to biodiesel. Sounds pretty cool, huh? Well, one of the problems happens to be the potential cost. It's quite likely that the price biodiesel producers will need to cover their production costs will be much greater than the price that consumers are willing to pay. Production usually does not occur when production costs are greater than consumer willingness to pay, as we've learned in this class. I hope that you've enjoyed learning about biodiesel with me. I know that I enjoyed learning and writing about it. Thanks so much for your time.